Hi guys, this is Rashid and I'm from Ace Language. Today's video is about all the changes in a nutshell. And if you are going to sit for your PTE test anywhere between 7th of August and 15th of August, this may be a very useful video for you. So a lot of coaching center or the teachers of the coaching centers will definitely take the PTE test from 7th of August and onwards. And like all of them, we also will take these tests from Ace Language, and we will test out our hypothesis. We'll see whether the theories that we have come up with, the strategies that we have come up with works or not. But for some students you may have to take the test right on 7th of August or 8th of August, or within the few days. And you may be confused, what should I do, where should my focus go? And if that is the case, this video is for you. All right, we all know all the changes that happened in terms of question patterns, in terms of scoring, in terms of scoring mechanism and everything. We also made a video about that. You can find it out in the top corner if you click in there, or I'll also put that video's link on the description. We will look into different types of questions, almost all the types of questions today, and we will see what should we do very briefly. So first of all, let's start with read aloud. Read aloud is the fastest scored question type of PTE academic test. You used to Students used to get score from speaking and reading from read aloud, but this is not the case anymore. In fact, read aloud is not important question type anymore. This question type does not contribute towards your reading anymore, and you can absolutely use one-liner strategy if you want to in read aloud. Not that I'm recommending, but if you want to, you can. And our research suggests that even if you do not answer, you can get 90 out of 90. However, I do not want you to test that theory in your exam. That's our job. We'll do that and we'll let you know. Next, repeat sentence. It's still moderately important question type. Your score goes to speaking and listening, and your job remains same. Nothing changes here. Number of questions also do not change here. Scoring mechanism also do not change here. However, it used to give more than 20-25% of your score for speaking and listening. That's not the case anymore. uh, in the current circumstances, repeat sentences is still important if you want to get 79 plus. In one of our experiments, we tested the theory that what happens if we do not answer any read aloud as well as repeat sentence, and the maximum score we got for our speaking was 72. So you can avoid that if you are actually aiming for 65, but I will not recommend it. And a big concern about read aloud was, a repeat sentence was, do I have to maintain the sequence from beginning to the end? Or what if I only repeat the last part or the middle part? Will it give me a score like it used to? Yes, it will give you a score. So repeat whatever you can remember. Don't worry about repeating the whole sentence. Don't just leave it blank if you miss the first part. Whichever word you can remember, repeat. Describe image is the next question type, and this is the winner of all the question types. In describe image, the score goes to speaking only, and it contributes over 30% of the speaking score, which is humongous. You should not use any template. If you use templates like this is a beautiful picture in front of me, I can see this kind of wordings, you are supposed to get 0. In describe image, you can use sentence structure or flexible structure instead of fixed template. Based on the different types of question, your structure can change. That is absolutely fine. Make sure that you put enough and right content in your describe image answer. You should speak for 30-35 seconds. You don't need to go up to the very end of your timeline, and you should not speak just 20-25 seconds like you used to do before. This has human interaction or human check, so please be mindful. Do not use, and I repeat again, do not use templates or irrelevant content. Next is retell lecture. Task description remains same. In retell lecture, you will hear a lecture You then have to summarize the lecture and retell it. Score goes to speaking and listening like it used to be. It's quite important question type. And just in the earlier days, what students used to do, use a very irrelevant template, and then they used to simply add some keywords from the lecture. This is not going to be the case anymore. Do not use a fixed template. Use the flexible structure or sentence bank, and use proper phrases from the question. Remember, human will recheck this question type. In both of these question types, like describe image and retell lecture, the number of questions you get in the exam has increased. In describe image, you used to get 3 to 4 questions. Now you will be getting 5 to 6 questions. In retell lecture, you used to get 1 to 2 questions. Now you'll be getting 2 to 3 questions. Another important factor here is the content score has changed. Both in a retell lecture and describe image, content used to be 5. From 7th of August, it will be 6. Next question type that we are going to discuss is answer short question. This is a very simple question type which was previously and is now. There is a minor change here. From answer short question, students used to get a score to speaking and listening. They will now get score only to listening. You will get 5 to 6 questions and you can answer, you can avoid, doesn't matter. You will still get 90 out of 90 both in your speaking and listening. Firstly, because it does not contribute anything towards your speaking, and even though the system says it contributes a lot, about 4% of your listening, in reality it has no impact. Next is summarized group discussion, which is a newly introduced question type. In summarized group discussion, 3 students will discuss about a university situation for up to 3 minutes. After listening to that discussion, you'll get 10 minutes of preparation time, and then you have to answer for 2 minutes. The biggest challenge here is to identify which speaker said what. So you need to improve your note taking in this matter. So we'll give a bit of brief here. This question type is highly important. It contributes to your speaking and listening. Human interaction is there. Content score is 6, not 5. Just like other subjective question types in the speaking module. And you will have to speak for up to 2 minutes. Needless to say that you are not supposed to use any template or any irrelevant content. Use flexible structure and use words that can help you transition between multiple speakers, and make sure when you take note based on the speakers. In our classrooms, we'll teach that. We'll bring up videos about them as well. The next question type is a respond to a situation. This is a newly introduced question type to PTE Academic. Remember, this is not entirely new question type. It used to be in the PTE core test. Now it is in the PTE academic test as well. You will read a situation as well as you will listen to that situation. Someone will describe that situation. What your job is, after the situation is finished, you will have a 10 seconds pause and then you have to respond to the situation. Here, the secret lies in being personal. You need to use personalized pronouns, and you also need to ensure that the response is appropriate to the person, appropriately directed to the person, not to a random person. That's number one. Number two, you have to remember this question type only actually contributes towards your speaking module. So you more than your content, fluency and pronunciation will be important. With that said, it does not mean you do not focus in content. Content has 6 marks, and of course human will recheck. So please do not use any irrelevant, illogical template. Make some sentence bank, go with them in your exam, and use different types of sentence banks, different types of sentences in different types of questions, right? Make sure you appropriately direct the question to the right person and appropriately ask what you require to ask. And that's gonna be the end of your speaking module. Now let's talk about writing module. In writing module, there are 2 question types still. In the current circumstances, students get 1 to 2 questions. From 7th of August, it will be 2 questions fixed. The biggest change is in the marking contribution. Earlier or currently, A summarized written text contributes a small fraction of your score of writing and reading. But from 7th of August, it will be huge. Almost one third of your writing and reading score will come from this question type. Another change here is human check will be introduced for this question type. And one of the most important changes here is the guideline on how to answer content as well as the score. Content currently provides 2 marks for summarized written text. However, from 7th of August, it will be 4 marks. And currently, you will get a good score in content if you simply randomly copy and paste, not really copy paste, like write the same word and sentence in your answer from your question. So any 2 sentences will do. However, that's not going to be the case from 7th of August. If you just randomly answer any or add any sentence from the question to your answer, you will get a very poor score. You need to read it, understand the passage, and really identify the main ideas and then paraphrase them in your answer. It is very important that you paraphrase, which is not the scenario currently. Next is essay. Under the current system, you get 1 to 2 questions of essay. In the new test from 7th of August, you will get exactly 1 question. Another change here is contribution of a score. Currently, you normally get 15 to 20% of your score of writing coming from essay. But from 7th of August, as per Pearson, it will be more than 30%, which is a significant increment. It You will also find that there are different changes in your scoring guideline. Content currently has 3 points, it will have 6 points. Development, structure and coherence currently has 2 points, these will have 6 points. And then general linguistic range currently has 2 points, it will have 6 points. Another thing that you have to remember here is you cannot use any template. Use a flexible structure and make sure you write your topic properly, your relevant ideas, main ideas, and then your supporting ideas should support your relevant main ideas. That means there must be a flow between the general statement, topic statement, and supporting statement. We'll discuss them further in our classroom, and also we'll publish the videos accordingly. Remember, human check is here, and humans will only check development, structure and coherence, and of course they will check general linguistic range. They will not, however, check your content. It's time that we discuss about reading. In reading, virtually there has not been many changes apart from some name. Fill in the blanks reading and writing used to, you will not be called reading and writing anymore. It will be called fill in the blanks, drop down. And fill in the blanks reading will now be called fill in the blanks, drag and drop. Number of questions remain almost same. For multiple choice, multiple answer, you normally get 1 to 2 questions. You will get 2 to 3. And that goes same for multiple choice, single answer. However, you need to remember a few things. In the official mock tests, reading time was very short. For about 16 questions, I got 23 minutes. So that means reading may be a shorter module from now on. Having said that, Pearson has not confirmed any such thing, and we'll be able to confirm that after we take the real exam. At the moment, your biggest challenge is scoring. Normally, you used to get 30% of your score from read aloud, which is a very easier question type for reading. However, you don't that particular question is not going to contribute in your reading module anymore. That has been replaced mostly by summarized written text. So from summarized written text, a huge chunk of a score will now be added towards your reading. I recommend that you do not take more than 2 to 2.5 minutes for your fill in the blanks drop down, which used to be called reading and writing. For multiple choice, multiple answer, do not take more than 1 to 1.5 minutes. And for reorder paragraph, do not take more than 1.5 to 2 minutes. For fill in the blanks drag and drop, which is currently known as fill in the blanks reading, do not take more than 2 to 2.5 minutes. And for multiple choice single answer, please do not take more than 1 to 1.5 minutes. Earlier, we used to recommend students skip multiple choice questions, both multiple answer and single answers, and you still could get 90 out of 90. These days, we will not suggest that anymore. You should answer multiple choice question, multiple answers, if you, or and single answers as well, if you are aiming for 90. But if you do not answer, what happens? In our mock tests, we got up to 85. So we can confidently say, without answering multiple choice questions, be it single answer or multiple answer, you can get up to 85 marks in your PTE test. Now let's jump into the last module of PTE Academic test, and that is the listening module. In listening module, there will be 8 question types just like before. The first one is summarize spoken text. In summarize spoken text, you will get only one question, and it is still a highly important question type. In this question type, you will have to write a summary between 50 to 70 words, and it will contribute towards your listening and writing module. Remember, human will check this question, so please do not use any template. Use flexible structure and make sure you take the proper keywords, actually key phrases, from the recording in your answer. While you do so, also remember that the content score from this question type has increased to 4 from 2. So this is going to be a very important question type, especially for your writing module. As for the remaining 7 question types of PTE Academic listening module, multiple choice, multiple answer, multiple choice, single answer, highlight correct summary, select missing words. These 4 question types are not important. You can get up to 86 without answering them. Multiple choice single, multiple choice multiple used to be 1 to 2 questions. Now you will get 2 to 3. For highlight incorrect words, as well, you'll get, instead of 1 to 2, you'll get 2 to 3 questions. For select missing words, you used to get 1 to 2. From 7th of August, you will still get 1 to 2 question types. One of the important question types in PT listening module is fill in the blanks. It used to be called fill in the blanks listening. Now it will be called fill in the blanks typing. Its importance remains same in the listening module, but this question type will not anymore contribute towards your writing module. So please don't worry about it in writing module, but it will be very important for your listening module. And till now, the most important part for this question type is your spelling. So please make sure that you take care of your spelling. Next important question type in the listening module is highlight incorrect words. It remains exactly the same. It is still contributing or will be contributing towards your listening and reading, and you will still get 2 to 3 questions, and there will still be negative markings, and it is going to be still important for your listening and reading module. The last question type is write from dictation, which used to be one of the highest contributor of scores towards your listening and writing. It is still a big contributor towards your writing, but not so much in the listening module. This question type, although has lost some importance, still very important question type in your PTE Academic test. It contributes towards your listening and writing, and it still relies only on focusing on the correct spelling of the correct word. That means if you feel like you are not sure about certain word, you can add extra words just to be certain. And that means you can also swap the position if you cannot remember the position of words in a sentence. So if you want to swap the position of words in a sentence, you can do it. There's no problem with that. Keeping them in mind, these are the changes that you need to keep in mind if you are going to sit for your PTE test immediately or on 7th of August. Obviously, more detailed video, more detailed strategies will be followed, will come up once we take the test and verify all our findings that we have found from the Pearson scoring guideline, as well as Pearson's official mock test. On that note, that's the end of today's video. If you think this video was helpful, please like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one. Thank you.